Hello and welcome. In this video, I will show you how we can retrieve EDI information from completed process executions using the AtomSphere API. If you haven't used the AtomSphere API before, you might want to get familiar with it before continuing with this video. The video, How to Get an MDM Message for an Execution Using the AtomSphere API, gives one basic example, but there are others too. There are several ways to get EDI information from your AtomSphere API depending on the EDI format your process execution uses and possibly the communication method used. For each EDI format, there is a connector record object, such as EDIFACT connector record and X12 connector record. Each of these objects can be queried to get the relevant data using a variety of filters such as execution ID, date range, a trading partner ID, or document control numbers. The AS2 connector record object in the AtomSphere API will return details of the document and trading partner along with AS2 specific information. The returned information includes AS2 IDs of the sender and receiver, the execution ID, along with the MDN message and other relevant details. Look for the documentation on these API objects in the Boomi user guide by clicking on the integration menu, selecting API reference, then expanding the API objects and object-based operations. the AtomSphere API is accessible from a Boomi process using the Boomi AtomSphere API connector or the HTTP client connector, or from any tool that can make a REST or SOAP call to an API. You can import the OpenAPI 3.0 Swagger specification into Postman or other common API tools by following the directions in the Boomi user guide. For the EDI-related objects, you need to include a username and password or AtomSphere API token, but the username only needs to have the role with the View Results privilege. When using the date as a filter, you can also give a date range using the between operator. The results of the request are ordered by the date process field value from the oldest to the newest. You can filter and transform the results in a Boomi process as you need them. When using the REST calls of the API AtomSphere, you can choose whether to supply your request body as either XML or JSON, and you can also request the results as either XML or JSON. The content type header is used to indicate the format of the request body, and the accept header value indicates which format you'd like the results to be. You can send an XML request and receive the results as JSON. The results returned are the same data you find in the process reporting when looking at the trading partner view, but without the formatting for web page display. One more object that is not EDI specific is the generic connector record. It can be used to get metadata for documents sent or received by any connector in a Boomi process. If your EDI processes use SFTP or the disk connector, you can get connector details using this object. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to look for more EDI-related videos on the Boomi Services and Support YouTube channel.